the vertical asymptotes are going to be found on the factored side, and we've done everything except for the what? Bottoms or the denominator. So all we have to do is set the denominator equal to 0. This part here, box it in, equals 0. And then you would what? Minus what? 2 from each side, so it's what? X equals what? Negative. Provided there are no what? Holes. Were there any holes on this one? No. So that's my answer, x equals negative 2. On number 2, this one's going to have 2 answers. Notice there are 2 factors and there are no holes, right? So that means I have an answer when this parentheses is 0 or this parentheses is 0, which will happen when x is what? Negative 8 or what? 3. Because you cannot divide by 0. That's what makes it an asymptote. Because those numbers give you 0 in the denominator. Now number 3 has a unique problem. There would be 2 answers except for the what? The whole what? Cancels out that one. So the only answer is what? X equals what? Negative 1. Right? Y'all did a really good job of recognizing that, much better than all the other groups. I have to tell you that, honestly. Right? It's just negative 1. Number 4, there are no holes, so there's going to be how many answers? 2. There's 2 factors, so there'll be 2 answers. And once again, 2 minus 2 makes 0, and 1 minus 1 makes 0. So they're inside liars. Okay? Or horizontal liars. I like that word sometimes too. 5, what's the problem with this one? There is a what?
Hole.
There is a hole right there, so the only one that works is which one? Which makes the answer then x equals? Negative 3. X equals negative 3. Okay. We're just looking at the factored side only. We already factored all these problems. 6. This one's a bit tricky. I'll look at the denominator right here, and guess what? There's no asymptote. Because here's why. If I set this equal to 0, right, and solve it, I would minus 4, right? Correct? And then I would square root, and I would get basically plus or minus the square root of 4 is 2, and I got to pull the I out, right? You get plus or minus what? 2i. That's an imaginary number, right? Imaginary numbers don't make asymptotes, I guess. So, because let's face it, you're well, I won't say that. So, if you get an imaginary answer, that means there's what? No what? Asymptote. You don't have to write this down because the asymptote doesn't exist there. The asymptote answer is what? None. There was none on that one. And then the last one, what's wrong with this one?
A hole.
There's a hole. So those are going to get kicked out. So the only answer is what? X equals what? Negative 12. So that would be the answer for it. Remember, it's just the denominator, provided there are no holes. Holes get kicked out.